Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to Divine Debut. This is Kathy speaking. Thank you so much for being here for your mid-September 2019 Love and General reading. Let's see what's happening, dear Scorpio, for you. You may hear the wind howling in the background. We've got very strong winds today. We're going from winter to spring in Sydney, but the last few years it's straight from winter to summer. So today was quite warm. For it being spring, it's very summerish sort of temperatures, and being a tropical climate here in Sydney, Australia, it will change the temperature again with the weather changing quickly. The winds are going to bring on change. I wonder if that's what's happening for you, dear Scorpio. Let's take your cards. I'm doing a Celtic cross mid-month. So in the now position, wow, Three of Swords. What happened? Some sort of a disappointment. I see. Your challenge is the Two of Cups. Oh, wow. Some sort of a disappointment. We did have a full moon in Pisces a couple of days ago. And that was like, even with Jupiter trining over to Neptune. Jupiter in Sag trining over to Neptune in Pisces. Both very strong in their home positions. That was the third and last meeting. This was like a bubble breaking. Too much over-optimism with Jupiter sometimes, and the illusion of Pisces. It seems like some of you are disappointed in love, in some sort of a relationship. In the foundation, you've got the Five of Wands. So you were sitting on an imbalance, some sort of conflictual energy. Now, Five of Wands is not as bad as Five of Swords, but it could mean disagreements. In the recent past, you have the Fool, which is Aries. The Fool is ready to take a new journey, but you were at a crossroads. I see that. So it looks as though you haven't really, maybe you took the wrong path, dear Scorpio. Maybe because this is in the recent past, you did have choices, and maybe you took the wrong path. You're still ready to go on that adventure, but you're looking at the Three of Swords. Some of you are ready to close the door on a relationship because of a love triangle. You're ready to walk out, and you're looking at it for the last time before you take that leap of faith. Crowning your reading is the Queen of Cups. This is your energy. In the near future, you have the Two of Swords. Still at a crossroads in the near future. In the position of you, Ten of Swords. Wow. This is the darkest before the dawn. I feel with this card that there's been backstabbing, there's been deception, and I think one person is putting the blame on the other, because as you can see here in this card, she's like denying. What, me? I didn't stab you in the back. No. It wasn't me. No, I didn't do that. But, you know, the truth will shine. This turns into an ace. Ace of Swords. Clarity. Communication. Now that Mercury and Venus have stepped into Libra, very strong communicative times in relation to what we love. It's a very good time to have those difficult conversations. And they are Mercury and Venus. Venus being at home in Libra. They're conjunct, and they're right across from Chiron, the wounded healer, the victim mentality in Aries. So the wounding of thyself. Let's look at what's surrounding you. Four of Pentacles. Four of Wands. Four of Wands. Interesting. Let's take more cards. In your hopes and fears, this is a hope, obviously, Ace of Cups, and the outcome, dear Scorpio, is the Four of Cups. And in the Connolly Tarot, he is looking at that Ace of Cups that's being brought in by the angels. I'm going to tell you that what I feel here is whatever the disappointment has been, because you have the Four of Wands in the environment, you may even be dealing with a fire sign, Sagittarius, Aries, Leo. We've also got swords here. We've got the 2 and the 3 of swords. That equals 5. And the 10 is 15. So some of you could be dealing with someone who's got strong Capricorn influence in their chart. Could be Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Why do I say Aquarius? Because we've got air here, which can mean communication, perception. We do have a few cups as well. We've got a bit of everything except for Pentacles. There is no grounded energy here, no grounding at all, no Pentacles at all. So everything's up in the air. Without the influence of Pentacles, the element of earth, things are up in the air, which means that the dust has not settled. Let's see what's at the bottom. 9 of Swords. Wow. Another big worrywart card. Being up in your head. You're ready. One step before the 10. And here's the 10. The general energy. What this says to me is that this was something that you could not deny. This was something that you could not escape. You had to go through this lesson, dear Scorpio. A disappointment, some sort of an ending. It could be the ending of an era, a cycle, and not the ending of your relationship. Now, this is not going to resonate with everyone, of course, because the challenge is the agreement, right? Even if this is work, any sort of a relationship. Now, with Venus and Mercury stepping into Libra, it's the perfect time to clear the air, to have those conversations. Now, because Jupiter is squaring over to Neptune, Neptune is the illusion. Jupiter is the optimism, but Jupiter also expands on everything. So if there could be some sort of an illusion that is broken, because I see that you begin with difficult energy and then we go to much more positive energy. So it's as though some sort of an illusion has been broken. Some sort of a misunderstanding. Let's see what's under the 9 of Swords. Wow, there's that pentacle, and I said there's no pentacles. So the Ace of Pentacles is a potential for something to stabilize, something to begin and go the long haul, something that is long-lasting. Now, Saturn, 2 days before he moves direct, I don't know about you guys, but I've noticed a lot of difficulties in moving forward a lot, and I'm so looking forward to Saturn moving direct. There's that 5 of Swords. Yeah, it's been just like I was saying in my astrology reading. I don't know if you've watched it, but the energies have been on and off. So 1 minute things are great and the next quite down, quite disappointing. So it's very, as I said, up in the air, not stable at this time. So the Ace of Pentacles being here is big. There is a beginning that you're hoping to start. Now, this could be a commitment. This could be an engagement. This could be a new business for some of you that were hoping to start something. It looks as though you've done the initial, you've taken one step. First step has brought you worry. Maybe because you were mixed up with the choices. The Fool here has got about 4 paths, but and some of you are still looking back at the past, maybe a situation that you should leave in the past. You're still dragging your feet, right? Still having trouble locking that door, not closing it because you've closed it, but actually locking that door and like wiping it out of your life, leaving. It's like signing that, that book. You've just written a book, a chapter in your life. Sign it off and close the book. because from here on, you're in your environment, you've got a celebration. Four of Wands is a celebration. It's putting in those foundations. Look at these two people. There's two people celebrating their love, the new home, the business, something that they've started that is giving them security. You've got two fours. It's all about planting those seeds, beginning your life in a different way, in a more stable way. But with the Ten of Swords, some of you may even be dealing with some sort of a health issue. I would not be surprised, because we're still in Virgo season, and Virgo is it's the house of health. And Virgo looks closely at the details. So for any of you that have been having, even could be heart problems, any sort of a health problem, could be a health problem that we're looking at here. And the challenge is to agree on the next, which way is the healing going to be done? Is it necessary to have an operation? Maybe there is a disagreement with people from your family, your partner. This is a general reading, so it could mean a lot of things. What I'd like to do is I'd like to take some more cards, of course, as I usually do. I'd like to take 3 Lenormand, Scorpio. Let's take 3 Lenormand and see what's happening with you, dear Scorpio, mid-month of September. We have the magnifying glass, which is, as I was saying before, looking at the details, looking at the finer details. And it's a 44, so this is a blessing. Looking closely at something, looking for information, concentrating on something. Let's see what else. Some of you may be having tests, medical tests, and it looks like it's all going to be good. Attention to detail, Virgo, is the perfect time for that. What else do we have? We've got the anchor. The anchor, which is stabilizing something, dropping anchor, saying that this is it. This is where I'm going to be. You're stabilizing something. The anchor is very similar to the Four of Wands, and it's a number 35, which is a number 8. Again, the house of Scorpio. It's also Leo. Leo is the strength card, number 8. Let's see what else. And we've got the ring, the commitment. Wow. And this is divinely guided. It's a 25, which equals a 7. So there is an agreement through working through the issues before coming into an agreement. And I do feel with this Ace of Cups, this is the same ace that's up here. It's what you are hoping for. Now, in your crowning area, you need to trust your intuition. Okay, you're very open-hearted. You're ready to receive love. You're ready to receive even an apology if someone has done you wrong. The Queen of Cups is someone who is very emotional, strong intuition, and she's very open, and she can be very forgiving. So if you are cross-watching and you've done this to your Scorpio person, then that apology can go a long way. So think about that. In the foundation, 5 of Wands, moving on, leaving a situation behind. As you can see, this person is on a boat. He's focusing on his goal. Now, these are wands, and they can speak about vocation and anything that you create. Wands are all about creativity and passion. So this is like moving on, of course. Fives, from the 5 wanting to go on to the 6, wanting to be victorious, trying to put in the work, obviously, because usually with the 5 of Wands, we've got a group of people that are not quite on the same page. They're trying to build on something. So I feel that Scorpio is trying desperately to build on their foundation. Could even be, or surrounding all your life. So you could be trying to manifest your security, your relationship. I mean, there's so many messages here in the cards that for others of you, you may even be moving over water for work. Again, chasing that recognition, chasing that six of Wands. Let's take some different cards. In the near future, I see the 2 of Swords. So being in two minds, I think that your decision it's not only from you. I think that the decision involves someone else. As you can see, there's 2 people here. So it's like the drum roll. Okay, what's the decision going to be? Someone is trying to make a blind decision here. Someone is hoping for more information before they can decide on the next step. But there is the potential for security here. Stability and an agreement. Even a wedding. That's beautiful. I mean, the Lenormand is right to the point. Let's take some more cards. Let's take the Twin Flame Oracle by Mystic Moon. Let's take some cards and see what's happening in your love life. Scorpio, please, Spirit. Now we've got the Queen of Cups, which is your energy, but you could be dealing with another water sign. So I believe for most of you it's your energy. As I said, I've already mentioned Leo and Aquarius. It could be because Leo and Aquarius are on the same axis, could be someone who is Aquarius and in their 7th house would be Leo, or the other way around. And we've got Aries here as well. So for Scorpio, mid-September 2019, please, Spirit. We have release, which is very Scorpionic. We have victim. And this is very Chiron, the victim mentality. So what up to here, I would say more than likely it's talking about with Pisces, because Pisces full moon can bring on a heavier feeling of being that victim, and Pisces, the shadow side of Pisces is that they would like to escape. There's a chance that they will turn to other forms of numbing, and that could mean heavy drinking, drugs and things like that, in order to bring on escapism, because they're so sensitive. They're such sensitive souls that they cannot handle really tough situations, because they feel everything on a larger scale. So the victim card here with the release, this is like saying leave that victim mentality behind, change your perspective, very Piscean again with that Hangman, which I just saw. And let's see what else we've got. And we've got regret as well. Wow. Very strong emotions. Very strong emotions. Some of you have been in a relationship where you've been the victim, where you've seriously been used and abused, and you have got the regrets. Maybe that's what you're holding on to. Remember what I said here with the Fool card. You're still looking back to the past, that you need to lock that door. Let's take 3 more cards. And the release card is very much like the transformation, the change. Release the past, do some sort of a ritual where you can I don't know, if you're trying to let go of someone, write their name on a piece of paper, burn the paper, and just release that person. Let's see what else we've got. We've got conclusion, and there's the key. So the divine is giving you the key to lock that door. And I was thinking of this card, actually, exactly this card, when I was thinking, you know, you haven't locked the door, and this is the conclusion. You need to close that chapter. You need to finish that before you can actually move on with the Fool and start a brand new chapter. This is a new karmic chapter, because what are the major arcanas? They're tests that we go through. So we start with the Fool, we finish with the World card. It's test after test after test until we get to the World card, which is the completion, the successful completion. So let's take two or three romance angels. So yes, some of you have been the victim. You've been used and abused, unfortunately. And this could have been in a marriage, of course. And you're probably just crying over those years, that time spent, that investment, whatever this was, even if it was business, because there was another person in the picture. So it's funny that we've got the Three of Swords, Two of Swords, and the 10, which can be the Ace. So we're going backwards. Going backwards, going back to the drawing board, which I like to see. Going back to the Ace of Swords. So Ace of Swords is having a successful new beginning, or using that sword to sever any hostilities of the past. Scorpio, please, Spirit. Scorpio on mid-September till end of September, roughly, 2019. What does Scorpio need to know about their love life? What's potent? What are the messages? Okay, we've got honestly discuss your feelings with each other. Heart-to-heart conversation. Perfect with Mercury and Venus in Libra. This is the perfect timing. Let's take two more cards that are on my hand. So we've got, wow, doesn't matter which order you put them in. We've got very soon, and then we've got honeymoon. So clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. Some of you are actually going on a honeymoon, yes. Okay, whatever disappointment you've gone through, this was the end. Okay, this was the end. It's a restart that you are beginning. I think that with that full moon in Pisces, that is like clearing the air, you know, closing that door. That bubble is burst now. You could see the truth. Beautiful cards. You know, putting all those cards on the table, being honest, speaking your truth. That's the best foundation to start a relationship on, whatever kind of a relationship, because we could be talking about siblings. We could be talking about brother-sister here. The Ace of Cups, of course, can be a cup. You're filling your own cup, or it can be, you know, it's very spiritual. You've been touched by the apology. Again, we've got a brother and a sister here, which could be celebrating. They could be even going into partnership together where there were disagreements, or I feel an estate, maybe some sort of a disappointment when whatever's been left from maybe a deceased parent, an uncle or whatever, maybe that's where the disagreements were. But I feel that here with this card here, this is beautiful. Fours are very positive, very, very positive. Let's take more cards. Okay, another deck. I've got all the cards mentioned in the description box below if you need to and you're interested in the cards I'm using. Okay, the The ones I have in my hand is Morgan-Greer. Let's take the cards. What is this? Three of Swords, and the challenge being the Two of Cups. And we've got the Magician. Yes, communication. Yes, the light coming on. The communication is here. We go from the Fool to the Magician. That's beautiful. Having all the tools to make the magic. Beginning. The beginning starts because you are able to manifest. The planets are they're in position. They're helping the situation here. I think we're coming out of difficult times. Virgo season was really tough. And even though I'm a Virgo, I can tell you it was tough. And from what I see from a lot of people, very, very challenging, especially if you know about the astrology. Let's look at the foundation. And we have the High Priestess. So the High Priestess is a number 2. She's all about secrets. She's the moon goddess. She stands for Virgo Piscean axis. So, oh wow, what I just dropped, and you can't see it, there it is. Hello. Hello, King of Cups. We've got the King and the Queen of Cups now. Isn't that glorious? That is beautiful. I was going to put the next card on the position here, so it could be for those of you, because I feel that the Queen of Cups, doesn't matter if you're male or female, you could be either, but I feel that with the King of Cups that just fell out, he's just shown himself. I feel that you are mainly the Queen of Cups, but the King of Cups here is at the verge of taking that gamble, that risk, that he's ready to go on that adventure. He's wanting to take the risk. Maybe this was someone that did not want to commit, was not ready for commitment. You're both holding a cup each and ready to communicate about that. Sometimes water signs, so we could have like Scorpio, Cancer, or Pisces. I usually see the King of Cups as Cancer. Some people say he's more Scorpio. Doesn't really matter. The fact is that we're talking about the archetype now, the emotions, with it being the King of Cups here. Sometimes they can be because they're very sensitive. Water signs are very sensitive, and therefore they protect their heart more, and they don't open up very easily. Dear Scorpio, especially you're not very open, not very explicit with your emotions. You really need to connect before you can open and share what's deep in your heart. Let's look at the Queen of Cups. You have Judgment calling, and this is Scorpio and Pluto. Second chance, darling. This is a second chance. This is resurfacing, a rebirth. So especially with the release, after the card of release, we've cleared the slate, and the angels are calling that it's time to wake up, time to come out of that slumber, time to be reborn again. What's that? Two of Swords. And we've got the Fool again. Wow, that's incredible. Very strong Aries energy. You have the Fool twice. I think that both of you are on the same trajectory. Both, I think it's all about timing, and especially with Saturn moving direct in a couple of days. I think that you've both gotten to the point where you're ready for that commitment, ready to settle down. Let's take that Ten of Swords, which is the darkest before the dawn. Three of Cups, yes, Three of Cups, and this could be also a card of gossip or learning about things from others. So finding out information from others. You did have the Two of Cups as the challenge, and here you've got the Three of Cups. So this is obviously connecting. This could be three siblings. This could be friends. Maybe you are surrounded by friends who are helping you through this situation. helping you to regain your footing. Let's see what's that Four of Wands in the environment. Three of Cups is also, could be a love triangle. Some of you may be having someone is in the picture, and it could be the it could be them ending, like they're at the end of the road. They're at the end of the road. I feel that they're leaving the picture, and it's funny that just now I just saw this. The Wheel of Fortune in the Morgan-Greer shows three people up on that wheel, and one person is knocked off the wheel, and the two people are sitting at the top celebrating. So I just envisioned that. I don't know why. It's strange because there are so many decks that I use, and that picture just came to me. Let's look at that Four of Wands. We've got the Ace of Swords. Beautiful. The truth is going to bring you that stability. It's going to help you settle down. Another ace means potential. Remember, you had the Ace of Pentacles here. Remember that? Yeah. So, and the Ace of Cups. You've got three aces so far. Let's look at the Ace of Cups. We've got the Moon. And the Moon is Pisces. For me, it's Cancerian energy, but others say it is Pisces. The Moon is the illusion. It's the completion of something. After completions obviously come in, we move towards the new moon, so it's a new beginning. The Moon can also be anything to do with motherhood. Again, a card of intuition, dreams, pay attention. The Moon is also our psyche. It's our soul. So it can be a card of fears. So you've got the Ace of Cups there. You know, the Moon card is also, it can be a card of clarity. Why? Because of the reflection of the light. On a full moon, we could see more than on a new moon. So with the full moon in Pisces, I do believe that maybe all those fears came up to the surface. But with that bubble bursting and seeing clearly, I think that through that illusion and that seeing the truth, that's what's going to help you move. That's what's going to help you settle down. Remember, you have the anchor here. Let's look at that conclusion. Four of Cups. And we've got the Knight of Pentacles. Slow and steady wins the race. This again can be Virgo energies. So Scorpio, some of you may be dealing with Virgo. I did also mention the High Priestess is Virgo Pisces. You could be dealing with another Pisces who's got Virgo in their 7th house. Can go either way. If it is a Pisces, could be someone that's on the cusp with Aries. Let's take another card on that Moon. And you've got the World card, which is beautiful. So ending some sort of a cycle. This is very Saturnian. It wasn't easy. To get to the World card has been very challenging. But this is a completion. And some of you may be dealing with someone who could be at a distance. Someone who could be living across the world where you have to travel over water. Remember Venus? In the World card, Venus is ready to be ready to be born. Birthed. I wanted to say birthed and born, and I said burn. Wow. Burn means a lot of passion. Venus can be very passionate. But she's very loving in Libra, because Libra is all about balance. Some of you have obviously been burnt in love, and this is why you've closed the door. Let's take another card on the Knight of Pentacles, Four of Cups. And you've got the Strength card. Yes, it does take courage and strength and patience. You've done that already. I feel you've done that already. And again, it's Leo here. So some of you Some of you may have been dealing with a Leo. I want to take another card on this Magician in the now position. And you've got the Death card here. Wow. So what comes first? Is it the hen that comes after the egg, or the egg after the hen? That's what it's like here. So first is the death, and then is the resurrection, right? So it is a slow process, of course, with Pluto, your ruler, being up there in Capricorn with the South Node and Saturn can be very challenging, but this is very liberating as well, because Pluto sheds the old skin, and no birth is easy, as I always say. I did say I was going to take this on the on the Magician, so it doesn't really matter. I want to take one card now on that Ace of Swords, which is in the environment, and we've got the Two of Pentacles. So a decision, juggling, being busy. Some of you are still here trying to juggle, maybe even working 2 jobs. You've had to work really hard. For those of you that are getting ready to settle down, to commit, yes, it's going to take a lot of hard work. Let's take one more. And we've got the Eight of Swords. And Eight of Swords is like feeling as though you are trapped. Being trapped. I think that this is all about communication. And I think that some of you have been playing this record over and over in your head. You've been in a loop, wondering whether the truth is going to prevail, whether it's going to help you on that new beginning. And you've been up in your head, and I think that that's sort of like the energies that are going around these days, when Saturn is very stopped in the sky and therefore very, very strong. What I'd like to do now is I want to take some Sibilas. I want to look especially on the environment position here. I think that some of you are doubting seeing the Four of Wands and thinking there's no way, I mean, it can't be that good, it's too good to be true. I think that that's the energy you're going through here. You're not trusting, especially with the Domestico here. Here's a number 11, and the Domestico sometimes can be a helper, but he can also be someone who works on their gain, on his gain, let's say. So there is a sense of not trusting 100%. Next card is the Five of Cups. It's the Allegrezza al Cuore. For those of you that have been burned in love, it's hard for you to trust again, but that's the work that you're going to have to do, especially with through communication. I think that that's when where the victim mentality, if you remember, we had the victim card here. The key to letting go of that victim mentality is here. It's the time to do that work. So this is Allegrezza al Cuore. It's, you know, still concentrating on the past, not looking towards the future, but others of you are very merry. You're actually at the new door, ready to take that step, and you're celebrating this, obviously. And doesn't mean that, because sometimes I say we've got 3 people here, doesn't always mean that it's a love triangle, of course, but you may be celebrating with people of your, you know, really good friends. We've got 3 people here and 3 here with the Three of Cups. Let's take another card, and we've got the Belvedere. So 3 of Cups again, waiting for someone or something to come through. And of course, for some of you, this is being on the lookout. Some of you, as I said, if you're not trusting, for some of you, you may have been in a friendship where there was backstabbing. There's 3 friends here. Let's take some Sibilas. I'd like to look at the now position. So why is the Two of Cups the challenge? Why did these people have to go through this transformation? Very karmic with Scorpio and Judgment. Thank goodness for the Magician, all I can say. Let's take another card here. We've got Nine of Cups, and that's the Fidelity, the loyalty, the friend, the loyal friend here. Let's see. Wow, Emmanuel, Ace of Wands, and the spiritual connection. Look at that. And yeah. And we've got the Gran Signore, which is Scorpio energy. I do believe that this is your energy here. For others of you, this could be your King of Cups, of course, going through transformation. This is someone who's very abundant, can be quite cocky, quite egotistical. Sometimes with the Gran Signore, because he comes from a very fine heritage, maybe there was a lot of ego here, and, you know, the dark side, the bad side of ego. When we're too much in that, that's when the universe comes along and says, you need a slap in the face to wake up, that life is not about that. A little bit of healthy ego is amazing. But look at these three cards, they're just exquisite. 10, 23. 23 is a number 11. I've just added the numbers on these cards. Number 11 speaks of karma again. 23 on the hour clock is a number 11. If we add 23, it's a 5. So that means that there was an imbalance, some sort of a heartbreak here. But we do have the Fidelity, the Nine of Cups, and the loyalty. So friendship wins. We've got friendship. So not only friendship, we've also got emotional fulfillment as well as passion here, and abundance, if we look at these cards just as energies. Now for some of you, the Ace of Wands here, the connection, it's been a spiritual connection. Maybe you've been communicating telepathically like the High Priestess, because when I've got the King and the Queen of Cups, they are a divine union, okay? But I really believe that the King of Cups can be someone who can be quite deceptive. For those of you that have been closing the door on someone who deceived you, someone who was narcissistic, you know, for some of you, you're not accepting the offer, obviously, and you've got a Knight of Pentacles here, which could be a younger earth sign, so Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, because we do have, you are the queen, so therefore you are a queen. There is a younger knight here in your future. But for others of you, of course, this could be just a lesson, a process. It was a process, and you've worked through it. The apologies have come in. It's taken a lot of strength, a lot of change, a lot of transformation. And it's all about, you know, where the North Node is in Cancer. North Node in Cancer, and Cancer is the home, it's stability, it's your security. Now, what I'd like to do is I'd like to take Twin Flame message from Mystic Moon. I want to see what this King of Cups has got to say. Now, the Gran Signore, I believe, is the same person as the King of Cups. Let's take the message. How could you still love me after all I've done? Very interesting. How could you still love me after all I've done? That's a good question, and I'll answer that question. Why? Because they love you. Because this is real love here. She is real. She's real, and she loves from her deepest parts of her heart. She's serious about love. She's all about love. She feels love in her DNA. She transforms. She even went to I can say that she died and she's being reborn. That's how hard it's been. So if for those of you that are cross-watching, thank your lucky stars that you are dealing with a person like this. Now, what I'd like to do is take a message from Spirit for you, dear Scorpio. Scorpio, please, Spirit. Mid-September 2019, Scorpio. What does Spirit want Scorpio to know? I think I'll take this card here. And we have Serenity. The most important relationship you can have is with yourself. This is a time to honor, nurture, and love yourself more by seeking out and removing any negative feelings and emotions that are left over from yesterday. And that ties in very much so with that Fool card, looking towards the past. Don't let past issues and resentments interfere with your serenity today. So on point. Thank you, dear Spirit, for that message. We do understand it. Thank you very much. Okay, everyone, ask your questions. This is the Angel Answers. Scorpio, mid-September 2019. The Spirit, answer the question for Scorpio. Sun, Moon, and Rising. What do they need to know, dear Scorpio? Scorpio, are you ready? If you're not ready, please pause the video and think of your question, because this is your answer, and it says opportunity. So this is like knock, knock, knock on your door. The opportunity is here. I will read quickly from the book. Opportunity. Positive growth and expansion is on the horizon for you. This opportunity may bring with it inspiration and insight, or it could be the chance you've been waiting for to take action on ideas you already have. You may be seeking to manifest the chance to create changes in your career, buy or sell a home, or bring romance into your life. Whatever your desires, your angels are about to open a door of possibilities for you. Step right through. And there's that door that I was talking about, people. Beautiful. And of course, you did have the Ace of Pentacles right there. I just want to take one card on this Nine of Swords because I forgot to do so. So one card on what's that overall energy? Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords. And you've got the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands, which is a fire sign. This could be the third person in the picture. So this is Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. Okay. A Leo has been mentioned in your reading. Could also be Aries energy. As I said, Pisces, Aries on the cusp. So Queen of Wands. This is, she's a business owner. If this is your energy, you are stressing over things that you are overthinking. Of course, the time of Virgo, no wonder. It's all about looking at the details. But the good thing about this season is that we actually clear the slate. We see everything. We look deep within. We look at all the details. And if we've missed anything, we can take action on it, just like with the Queen of Rods. All right, so she's the business owner, but she takes action. She's not one to sit back. So this is saying that go for your desires. Take on the energy of this Queen of Wands. You are very passionate, dear Scorpio. Go with what your passions are calling you to do. She's also very creative. So Nine of Swords, one of the hardest cards in the deck. But don't forget you had the 10 here, so you're at the end. All right, guys, thank you so much. Thanks a lot. I will talk to you soon. Blessings to all of you.